It's just coming to your comfortable seated position. So we inhale, just finding the spine is long and light. So we exhale, just rooting down through the sit bones. And if it feels comfortable to you, you can just allow the eyes to close over. And as you do, just tuning in to the sounds of your breath. So each inhale fills the tummy and the ribs and lungs. And as it all flows out. Just tuning in to the natural rhythm of the breath. As you do this, allowing any thoughts that enter the mind to just drift away. Just calm and still, and just enjoying the peace. With each inhale, just finding that length in the spine, just a little bit more each time. As we exhale, just rooting down through the sit bones. It's gradually observing as that breath begins to lengthen. And then from here, we'll work around the neck as we usually do. As we inhale, finding the length. As we exhale, looking up. As we stretch the front of the neck. Every inhale back to center. As we exhale, looking down. Inhaling back. And then an ear to a shoulder in the exhale. And center. And the other side. And we'll work our way through one more round to your breath. Exhale as you stretch. And inhaling back as we look down. And then to the sides. And when you've worked all the way around, you can just give the neck a roll around if it wants it. And if you're rolling, it's being sure to go both ways. As we come back, finding ourselves lengthened. Planting these palms either in the knees or just in the thighs as we work into the shoulders. So as we inhale, just pressing down through the palms. That lifts the shoulders up. As we squeeze them back and down. Twice more this way. When you've done the 3, we'll go back the other way. So inhale, pressing the shoulders up. As we exhale, forward and down. And when you've done that, just have a nice little shake off if you want. And then we'll either take a hold of the belt. Now we have options. So if you're holding a belt, just roughly about shoulder width apart. If you're not holding a belt, you can maybe interlock the palms. Or if you're holding a cushion, that's probably around shoulder width apart. So when we're ready, we find ourselves nice and tall. Oh, lovely. Then exhale, just pushing the belt down so the shoulders will drop. As we inhale, reaching this up, The shoulders lifted. As we exhale, we'll bend it into the side. Center again on the inhale. Exhaling to the other side. Twice more. Inhale, center. Exhale over. Just get a stretch, sneaking it into the sides. When you've had the 3, we'll just come back up, lifting this up. Then we're going to twist it around. So on an exhale, I'm going to bring the belt down over one knee as it circles over to the other. And inhaling it up. Again, twice more. So twisting over, exhaling down. As we reach over. And final one this way. And as we come back to center, I think you can guess we're going the other side. So exhaling. Circling and inhaling up. 3 times to this side as the last. And when you've had the 3, you can inhale, reaching up. Now you can look up. And if you look up, that probably just gives you a bend in the lower back. Now as we exhale, the belt coming down as we curl down. So this is similar to cats. Twice more. Inhale, reaching up, looking up, gentle back bend. Exhaling down. Final one. And as we lower down, and let go of the belt. Coming back up to our lengthened position. Now these shoulders probably want a nice shake off. Just do what you need to do. Oh, that feels better already. And when we're back, I'm going to come through to the knees loosely bent. As we get ready to work in the core. So, feet just nice and wide out. Just enough so the sole of the foot is still on the mat. Finding that spine is nice and lengthened. That chin is slightly tucked in. When you're ready, let's inhale as we lift these arms up. Now, can we exhale, sending the spine back a little to just awaken the core. Now, keeping the spine lengthened as if you're breathing in, puffing the chest. And this is where I'm going to stop talking. So if you want, you can inhale one leg up. Maybe the other. Spine lengthened. Now if you need to lower the legs, you can. Things might shake. Oh, that's enough. And exhale down. Nice and lengthened again. And then we'll bring the palms roughly beneath the shoulders, fingers facing in. Now, kind of send the shoulders back so the elbows are pointing backwards. And here, keeping the spine lengthened. Appreciating the rest. And then, can we inhale one leg up? Spine is still long. If you want, it might not be graceful, but can we bring the ankle on top of the thigh? Now if you need to adjust, you can send this leg further out or in. Now with the ankle on the thigh, just having that knee guiding out to the side. The spine is still lengthened here. And we're just going to have a gentle rock from side to side. Now, keeping the spine straight, it doesn't give us quite as much movement in the spine. And if the sole of that top foot comes onto the floor, you can just leave it there. Hailing tall, perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. And this is similar to our seated twist. And then let's inhale back. We can have a rest on these arms. Now, I'm going to come down onto these elbows. If it's comfortable. This foot probably needs to come in a bit. Again, finding the spine is long. And it's the same move. I'm going to take a gentle rock from side to side. Everything's just a bit freer down here. As we build the momentum. And if the foot comes onto the floor, letting it come on. And then here, don't look over the opposite shoulder. Breathing this length into the chest as it puffs out a bit. As we inhale to center. Let's bring the back onto the mat now. Oh. Palms can just be face down by the sides. And this feels nice. Just observing that lower back pressing onto the mat. And we'll repeat the move again. So, inhale, as we bring these arms out to shoulder height. And then beginning by rocking. As we build the momentum. Until eventually, that sole of the foot comes on the mat. Leaving it there. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. With each exhale, releasing into this twist. As we inhale, come back to center. As we take a hug around the back of this thigh. If you want, squeezing the thigh in a little. If you want to extend a little more, you can inhale as we lift the head up towards the knee. Keeping the shoulders dropped, observing as that lower back presses onto the mat. The next exhale. So allow everything to come to the mat. As we inhale, we'll send this bent heel up into the sky. You can give that ankle a rotate. And then in your time, let's exhale as we lower that heel down to the mat. Working into this side of the core. As we inhale, hugging both knees in, having a gentle rock if you wish. And then you can either rock yourself up to sit or come any other way that you wish. And from our seated position, let's repeat the whole thing. So, starting with boat again. So Just a nice loose bend. Inhale, spine long, chin tucked in. As we bring the arms up, when we exhale, it's going back a bit, just enough to weaken the core. Then when you're here, you can keep the feet down if you wish, or inhale, feet up. Keeping the spine long. There we go. Coming back down. And then we'll send the palms facing in, those elbows pointing back. Now with the chest lifted, we can just sit here for a breath or two. Let's just ease off what we've done. And then we'll repeat. As we inhale the opposite foot out. Maybe it gracefully goes across, or it might need some assistance. Now, it doesn't matter too much, but you can just guide that knee out a little. And then with the chest lifted, we'll begin with a gentle rock. Now you can start it slowly. As that gradually builds up. And then it may come to the point where that sole of the foot goes onto the mat. As we inhale as the chest is lifted. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. As we inhale back to center, let's lower it down. Lowering onto these elbows. Now just to flag, the shoulders aren't scrunched up. Chest is lifted up. And then let's repeat. Begin rocking again. Observing if it's freer as we're down a little lower. And if that sole of the foot comes onto the mat, just leave it there. It's maintaining that nice lifted chest. As we inhale, back up, and then let's lower ourselves onto the mat. As we can send these arms down by the sides to start. As we just observe that lower back just being pressed into the mat. And as we inhale, let's bring these arms out to shoulder height. We get ready to rock again. Beginning slowly, allowing that momentum to build. And if the sole of the foot comes onto the mat, leaving it here on this side. Perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder. Breath by breath, releasing into the twist. And as we inhale, back up to center. You can take a hug around the back of this thigh. As you squeeze this knee in. Just being cautious of the hips though. And the shoulders dropping. Maybe inhale as you lift the head towards the knee. And lower back presses onto the mat. As we exhale, lowering the head and the sole of the foot. As we inhale, lifting this heel up to the sky. Giving that ankle a rotate if you did before. And then slowly on an exhale, let's send that heel down. As we bend the knees into the chest. Rocking, squeezing, whatever feels right for you. And then in your time, you can either rock yourself up or come any other way. And we're not staying here. From our seated position, we're just going to roll it through to all fours. As we sink ourselves back to our all fours, sinking down into our child. Adjusting so it's comfortable for you. That chest and head sinks to the mat. Just feeling everything release. Already worked quite strongly. Just drawing that breath around the body. So everything just settles. And as we inhale, lift ourselves back up to our all four position. Now, it doesn't matter if it's palms or the fists. That spine long, ready to work in cats. As we inhale, curling as we look up. As we exhale, curling as we look down. Breath by breath as we move. As we compress the discs and make space. Lovely. And then from here, we come back, finding our all four position. We're going to repeat cat, but we're going to work it into the hips. So can we bring these knees roughly about the width of the mat? Now have those legs straight pointing back. You might need to adjust the palms so they're under the shoulders. Now, same move as we inhale looking up. And exhale looking down. And this move probably feels quite different. And when we've worked evenly here, we're going to come back. So keeping these knees where they are, can we sink back into child? But with the knees very wide. Now, you may not get down as far, and that's fine. You can always come onto the elbows, wherever your position is. And if you want to adjust it, please do. Just with each exhale, just feeling those hips release. And as we inhale, we'll just work our way back up. You can bring these knees in. Maybe give those hips just a little wiggle. Lovely. And then we'll work our way through a short sequence. I'm not sure short's the word. But with one leg, let's inhale it. Tucking those toes in. As we exhale, just allowing the back of that heel to drift back, stretching the back of the leg. And then we'll circle the leg. So as we inhale, does it come out in line with the hips? As we exhale, can we circle it back around? Now it'll go beyond those toes. You can look at it if you wish. Twice more. Inhaling out to the side. Exhale as you follow the toes back around. Now when you've had the 3, we'll just keep this leg out in line with the hips. Now, finding this chest is lifted again. And then can we wiggle this foot in? We're not wiggling it into a lunge. We're wiggling it into a wide lunge. So keep the foot consciously around the edge of the mat. Now remember, we've been on the wrists a while. If you want to be on the fists, then you can change. So bring the palms roughly in line with the foot. That spine is lengthened. And then can we lower down? So where we are, if you want, you can reach the palms forward, maybe lower onto the elbows. Now I say maybe because you might not come close. But by the act of lowering down, feeling this in the thigh and hips. With each exhale, feeling the release. Now if you want to stay here, you can. Or maybe reach the arms out a little more. But that might not help. Judge it for yourselves. Now, as we inhale, we'll just bring these palms back in and step through to the lunge that we know. Just stepping the foot in. And on a big exhale, sinking that weight forward. Adjusting if you need. So that knee and ankle are in alignment. Now, give the hands a rest. Much of the weight should be on the feet. Hands are only here for balance. Now with each inhale, finding a little length in the spine. You can stay here with a knee dropped, or maybe you want to straighten it. It's all your choice. Now with each breath, it's feeling that release into the front and back of the thighs. Now if you want, maybe want to drop the back knee for this. Or if not, let's inhale, lifting up tall. The arms can be anywhere. Oh, that's lovely. Let's all do that. So, can we inhale, arms out to shoulder height. And then we're pointing the arms up. I think I knew this as Egyptian arms before. Now this chest is nice and open. Then on an exhale, can we swing all down? Drop that back knee. Feel the release. And then we'll have a rest in pigeon. So I can try and explain it, or you can work your way in because you all know where we're going. Bring the front ankle roughly in line with the knee. As the other knee drops down. As we lower the hips down. Now in our high pigeon to start, doesn't matter if it's fingertips or palms. Hailing up tall. You can take a gentle look up if you wish. Just allow these hips to lower. And then comes the nice part. Can we exhale? As we fold over this leg. Doesn't matter if it's on the elbows. You're reaching the arms forward. Just allowing that chest and head to sink to the mat. Just breath by breath as it releases. And if you want, you can inhale as you lift the palms up onto the fingertips, only for a breath or two. And lowering them at any point. And then can we inhale our way back up to all fours. You can almost walk the hips forward. Do what you need. Give everything a nice shake out. I did say it wasn't a short sequence. Other side. So from our all fours, let's inhale as we tuck the other toes. Exhale, just allowing that heel to drift back. And then can we circle the leg as we inhale it out in line with the hips. You exhale, following the toes as they circle beyond the other ones. Twice more. Inhaling to the side. And exhaling around. And when you've had the three, just bring this leg in line with the hips. So you find the spine is long. And then let's wiggle our way through to a wide lunge. So this foot roughly at the edge of the mat. And then from here, with the palms kind of in line with his front foot, can we lower the elbows down to where the palms were? Now, one side might be different. But just with each exhale, allowing yourself to lower. As much or as little as you like. If you want to reach the arms out in front, you can. And then, as we inhale these arms back in, and stepping into the lunge that we know. So with the hands on either side of the foot. Let's exhale as we shift this weight forward. Checking that knee and ankle. To breathe in this spine becoming long. You can tuck the back toes under if you wish. So you lengthen the leg, or maybe it wants to stay on the floor. Feeling the front and back thigh release. And if you want, maybe dropping the back knee. Ooh, inhale. Can we lift it up tall? That chest puffing. And then we can do the arms. We can come out to shoulder height. As we send the palms up. That's it. So much going on here. Let's just use the breath to calm and still. And then exhale. Wow, can we swing all forward? Dropping the back knee. And then working through to pigeon. So as that ankle comes roughly in line with the knee, front knee down, lowering the hips. Into our high pigeon. So as we inhale, nice and tall, quite a back bend. Maybe looking up. All the while these hips are releasing down. And then let's exhale as we fold over the leg. So reaching the arms forward, whether it's onto the elbows or not. That chest and head just sinking down to the mat. It's breath by breath as everything releases. And if you did before, maybe you inhale, you lift the palms onto the fingertips. And lowering those in a breath or two. And as we inhale, walking ourselves back up, through to our all fours. Sending that leg back. Having a wiggle, whatever you need to do. And then, working a little bit more of a back bend. In our all fours, can we plant the palms? Now, in this move, we're keeping these hips in line with the knees. So it's almost like dog. You exhale, you can walk the palms forward, maybe onto the elbows. Or you can continue reaching the arms out if you like. That chest and head sinking to the mat. To make a lot of space in the spine. The back bend as well. Do you find lengthening inhales, releasing on the exhale. And then you can come straight from this move if you like. We can lift up into dog. You can come another way if you want, but if you're coming from here, tuck the toes under, plant those palms. We inhale, powering through the palms and legs. Now, if you're like me, your dog is maybe far too wide. So maybe step it in. Find your comfortable dog. And chest and head sinking to the mat. Well, not all the way down. You can take a walk from foot to foot if you like. And then in time, we inhale, walking the feet to the hands, and the hands to the feet. In our forward fold, just allow everything to hang. Have a bend in those knees. Just feeling the release. And in time, let's inhale as we slowly uncurl up to our standing position. Finding the spine long in lengths, shoulders dropping, chin tucked in. Just allowing that breath to settle. And just enjoy the stillness. We've moved an awful lot already. Well, let's calm everything down, as we always do. As we inhale, slowly reaching up, with the palms together. As we exhale, drawing everything back to heart center. Twice more, to your breath. And just see if this naturally slows everything down. And leaving the palms at heart center here. Just remind the spine, breathing in that bit taller. As we exhale and release. And if you need, you can have a shake, a walk. Enjoy the calm. Because let's challenge the thighs again. So when we're ready, we get ready to come through to warrior. Finding ourselves nice and tall. So we take a big step forward. So the front toes are forward, the back ones are just pointing in. Hips either to the side or just slightly off. The hands on the hips, as we breathe in, puffing this chest. As we exhale, let's low bend this front leg. Again, take that peak so that knee and ankle are in alignment. As we find this length. Now, slightly different to normal. I usually demonstrate this. Well, let's try and explain it. So as we inhale, that chest expands and the arms can come out. If you want to try it again, by all means. So as we inhale, that chest puffing out. If you're balanced, you can look over the front fingers. And here, let's use our breath to calm and still. Every inhale a little taller. Every exhale to the hips lower a little more. That's it. I don't know if it's because of what we've done, but warrior feels easy just now. I don't know if you agree or not. But let's awaken it up. So, next exhale, the back arm is going back as the front one lifts. Now as we inhale, reaching that top arm a little. And then, big exhale. So you bring the elbow onto the thigh, that back arm wrapping around, that's it. Top shoulder nice and open. If you want, inhale as we lift this top arm. Looking up if you're balanced. Now, before we do what we usually do, can we exhale? Does this top arm extend over a little more? That's it. Now let's inhale, bringing it back up. If you want to extend, you can lengthen the bottom arm. And if it has extended, you can inhale as we straighten the front leg, inner triangle. A big inhale. Everything up. A moment of relief as we lower those arms. Now, we can keep these legs wide, pointing both toes out, and we can have a really nice forward bend. So nice and long in the spine. The hands on the hips. Let's exhale as we tip forward to halfway. Now bend these knees a little if you want. Now at halfway, inhale that length in the spine. Then exhale and fold. The arms can fall. It doesn't matter if they're holding the floor, the ankles, the legs or the elbows. It's taking a nice bend in those knees as well. Just helping that lower back release. Have the head nice and loose. And then in your time, just inhale ourselves back to our stand. These wide legs. You can zigzag or big step in. Or if you're in a warm, clammy room, your wide legs might keep getting wider. Other side. Inhale, spine long. Big step forward. And those back toes just kind of naturally point in. Hips either to the side or just slightly off. As we find this length again. And exhale, bending the front leg. Taking a peek, that knee and ankle are in alignment. And then with this chest, the point, so as we inhale, that chest expands out through the arms. Feel the breath move, that's it. Looking over the front fingers if you're balanced, allowing the shoulders to drop. Every inhale, finding that length. We exhale to lower that bit more. That breath calms and stills. I know I said the first side was easy, but this one isn't. And then, as we exhale, can we swing it all back? Front arm reaches up, back arm holds the leg or anywhere. This arm up a little taller. As we exhale, elbow on thigh, wrapping the other around the back. This top shoulder's nice and open. As we inhale, that back arm lifts. You can look up at it if you wish. And then maybe just extend it forward just for a breath or two. As we inhale it back, either staying here or the bottom arm can lengthen. And as we inhale, maybe straightening the front leg. And that big inhale. Everything up. Arms down. Let's fold it forward. So with these legs wide. If you didn't before, really take a bend in those knees. Same again, the hands on the hips. As we exhale, tipping to halfway. To halfway, lengthening the spine. And exhale and release. And the arms landing wherever they land. Releasing with each exhale. And as we inhale, curling ourselves back up. And a big step or a zigzag. Shaking what I need. And then we'll slow it all down as we work in our balance. Before we move to allowing the shoulders to drop. And then tonight, to awaken the feet, we'll just shift the weight. So we can exhale ourselves forward a little. Circling out to the side. Don't go too far back. A few times around. You've gone one way, going the other as well. Awakening all the micro muscles in the feet. When we're back, rooting those feet down. As we find ourselves tall. As we inhale one heel up. And then inhaling the knee up in line with the hips, whether it hangs itself or you hold it. Give the ankle a rotate if it wants it. And then, can we exhale the knee out to the side? You have the other arm as a balance. If it's not comfortable for you to stay here, tuck that foot in. So whether you tuck the heel in up high, or whether the toes are touching the floor, it's finding your stillness. Breathing in tall out of the standing foot, and the straight leg, you can have a slight bend in it. When you're ready, can we inhale, lifting these arms up? As we exhale, the palms to heart center. With the shoulders dropped. Breathing into this chest. That spine stays lengthened. So, I don't know how to describe this, but with a curl, the balance isn't there. So inhaling tall. Finding the calm and stillness. As we root down through the standing foot. And then in time, to your exhale, gently release. To have a gentle walk off. Planting both feet again. As we inhale, lifting the other when you're ready. Finding the chest tall. And then inhaling this knee up. Rotating the ankle if you did before. And then exhaling out to the side. You have the arm as a balance, that's it. If you're still and balanced, you can tuck that foot in, whether high or low. Whatever's right for you, and taking your time. As we inhale, only if you're ready, reaching the arms up. As we exhale them down to heart center. Remember, with a slight bend in the knee can just help. That spine is nice and tall. Zero down through the standing foot. It's finding your calm and stillness on this side. And then in time, let's exhale as we slowly undo. And then when you're ready, just going to sink into a forward fold, but a little different than normal. So with these feet planted, roughly hip distance apart, with the hands on the hips. As we keep the spine lengthened, just going to exhale down to halfway. These legs can have a slight bend in them if they need. Now as we hold it at halfway, you should just be feeling quite a stretch in the back of these legs. With each exhale, feeling it release. And on the next exhale, let's just sink it all down into our forward fold. It's your choice whether the arms hang, hold the elbows. Whatever you want to do. And then from here, you can plant the palms when you're ready, stepping into dog. It's your choice. You can hold dog for 5 or 6 breaths. But at any point, just lower yourself down via all fours into child. In the next breath or two, just think about exhaling down via all fours as we sink it back to your comfortable child position. As you're here, just observing around the body, feeling the warmth that you've created, where we've worked, and just that calm and stillness. You just tune into the breath. In your time, just inhale slowly up to our all fours. Just in a very brief cat if you wish. Inhale up, exhale down. Just observing the difference in the move. When we've worked evenly, coming back to our flat back as we come to lie down, crossing the ankles as we roll over them, scooting to the front of the mat, these legs loosely bent, and this is a much nicer version of what we were doing. As we inhale that spine long, arms up. As we exhale, peeling our way down. When you're down, just keeping the knees bent up wide. Soles of the feet roughly at the edge of the mats. Checking that the chin is tucked in. And when you're ready, inhale first as we bring the arms out to shoulder height. And then begin by rocking the knees. Gently at first. And they may expand. The knees go one way, your head may go the other. And if you allow the top knee to do the work, the other knee will just follow. Now, when the knees next come onto the floor at any side, holding it here, looking over the opposite shoulder if it's comfy. Just releasing into this gentle twist. Now as we inhale, lifting back to center, as we exhale across to the other side. And then look over this opposite shoulder. And as we inhale, back to center. And this time just hugging the knees in towards the chest. Not rocking yet, just squeezing them in, just allowing that lower back to press into the mat. And briefly lift the head up towards the knees if you like. And then in time, exhaling the head down. And again, sending the arms out to shoulder height. And the next exhale, we roll over to any side. These knees are still quite high up. So the twist this time is more intense than the other one. As we hold it, maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. So releasing around. Noticing the breath on this side of the lung. As we inhale, back to center. To exhale across to the other side. With each exhale, just releasing a little bit more. Observing now if the breath is more prominent on this side. As we inhale, back up to center. You can have a hug around these knees. Maybe a rock from side to side. Whatever is right for you. And then, when you're back in center, just bring the arms and legs up into the air. Everything hanging nice and loosely. And maybe rotating the wrists and ankles. Let's give them all a nice loose shake off. And again, inhale. Sending the legs, the arms through the legs. Taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. As those knees draw out and up. Maybe rocking, or maybe still. And then from here, doing any final stretches that you wish. You can gently come to find your relaxation position. Whether the legs are out straight, or the knees are bent up. Whatever works for you. And as you lie down, just allowing the body to settle onto the mat. As we tune into our breath. As everything stills and quietens. Just hearing the subtle sounds of each inhale and exhale. Those movements that go on within the body. You focus only on this. thoughts drifting away. And then we'll guide the breath around the body. Crown of the head. Forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Cheeks. Chin. Jaw. Ears. Front of the neck. Back of the neck. Shoulders. Collarbone. Elbows. Wrists. Front and back of the palms. Fingers. Fingertips. The whole of the arms. The front of the chest. Back of the chest and upper back. Ribs. Mid-back. Tummy. Lower back. Hips. Pelvic floor. Front of the thighs. Back of the thighs. Knees. Kneecap. Calves. Shins. Ankles. Heels. Balls of the feet. Toes. The whole body. The whole body. In your time, bring the attention back to this moment. To hear the sounds of the earth beneath you. You can wiggle your toes and fingers as you make small movements. And in time, you can inhale if you wish, reaching the arms overhead for a gentle stretch. As you exhale, the arms may lower, maybe hugging those knees into the chest. And in time, rolling gently over to any side. You blink the eyes open here. And lifting yourself up to your seated position. That spine long and light. Chin tucked in. And when you're ready, as we inhale, lifting the arms up. We exhale everything back to heart center. Bowing our heads as we give thanks. Namaste.